Hey everybody, good morning. So I recorded this the second I got up, which I realized was a big mistake because I'm sneezing and coughing through this. I guess I should have got the air purifiers on and hung out for a little while. But I will tell you this: this is my first time ever doing a live voiceover during a game. So I was trying to navigate a few tools, like I'm looking around the DOTA engine while also trying to give constructive feedback and give my analysis. So I'm sorry if it's a little rough at the start. I think it gets better throughout the video. I appreciate you watching, and thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to keep trying to do things like this, probably mostly for Dota. I don't want to keep this, I don't want this to go any longer, so thanks, and enjoy the video, please. I decided that I wanted to start doing voiceovers while watching games live and kind of analyzing them as I go. I'm a pretty big fan of Dota 2. I probably play far too much. And the truth is, this mixes kind of two things I'm interested in, which is doing voiceover work, kind of considering Dota as a sport, and yeah, trying to get some proper live feedback into a game. Excuse me though, 1 second. This is the problem with doing this. It's allergy season, and I basically cannot. Okay, I don't like directed camera, and basically I can't breathe, so that kind of stinks. So just 1 second. Looks like we should have had a Tinker kill there, but honestly, the problem is March of Machines is just too strong. The damage going out, he probably took the repair bots, right? So he's healing through it as well. So it's a good thing they didn't chase up top there. The Mars and Weaver probably would have gotten themselves killed, but now they're getting pulled on. I don't know why Weaver is holding a sentry, but I guess he didn't get out there to place it. So it's a little unfortunate. Now Weaver's in a terrible position, although they have no real hard lockdown up top, so I guess he's kind of I was gonna say not that safe, but he is kind of safe to do that. We just missed absolutely nothing. Isn't what we missed? We missed Ember Spirit using his water rune. What do we have coming here? Just a wand. So we did just miss a death. Bounty. Can I back up? So let's actually see what happened to Bounty here. Bounty had no clue they had a sentry there. Dude, what? I mean, he was getting attacked that whole time, and it makes no sense that he would keep going forward. What level of player are we playing with? That I don't know. It stinks we have a pause. Well, it gives us a second to go live. And maybe inspect this game a little bit more. Kind of my first time doing it this way. I think this is this the game I'm looking at? No, those are not the same. I hate to do this. Anyone have any of their information exposed here? Let's see. It wasn't this game. It wasn't like a really good game. It was Load More. Probably here. It was here, yeah. I guess I really don't have much insight. So does this just mean it's like an average of 2140 MMR? Yeah, so we're looking at like a 2500 to well, it sounds there's 2140. Must be partnered with somebody in here. Yeah, so the MMR is around, man, kind of a range. Almost 1.5 K MMR gap there. So I'm gonna get a drink, and I'm sorry again. It's not a good season for me to be doing voiceovers. We have a a Marcy? We have a Faceless, a Marcy. We have a Tinker, a Necro, and Bounty Hunter against an Ember Spirit, a Silencer, an Ursa, a Mars, and a Weaver. And if I was to look at this again, it looks like the person with the if that's MMR, the highest MMR is the Bounty that just decided to die and continue to walk through a ward while getting attacked. Weird that it just kind of stuck at game is unpausing. He's in toilet. Alright, the Mars came back. The Silencer disconnected. Okay, this may not be a very smart way to do this because of these pauses. Alright, well, we're playing 4-on-4 now. Missing a Marcy. Missing a Silencer. And we're paused again. I will go back and cut this dead air out. All right, Marcy's returned. Silencer's still gone. The guy that died early, the bounty hunter, decided he would unpause. Even though I think we started by waiting for him. He's probably a little upset that he died early. We got someone just tipped some. Man, the Ursa's Fury swipes are just so ridiculously strong right now. The reset time is 12 seconds at rank 2. The damage per attack is so much. It's 21 per attack. Then it stacks. The ability's just. I think Ursa's. The problem is Ursa's just so kiteable later in the game. Looks like we got some action going on up here with the Mars and the Weaver. That Techies once again laid down those bots, and Weaver took the bait this time, which honestly is exactly what would have happened at the start of this match had they tried to like chase them through the repair bots. The repair bots are just too strong. Weaver's triggered. He's tipping Mars as if it's his fault for making him walk through the Techies repair bots. Of course, nobody's fault. But Weaver's. He should have backed up the second that went down. All right, Mars gave him another snarky tip back. Oh, we like to see it. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. And uh-oh. That's 3 sneezes. They are trying to bait the Mars into killing himself to try to kill a courier. Is Weaver ever returned? No, Weaver is now mid. He's very upset. This is looking like a normal game of Dota between the 2 to 3.5k bracket. Mars got chased down up here and got away. I'm back. Sorry, I sneezed for the 15th time.
Poor little Radiant's courier.
All right, Weaver is so triggered that he's still tipping Mars, and he's left his lane. This is looking like a normal game of Dota 2. My MMR is like between 2,500 and 3,000. Depends on the day. I have 2,000 hours of Dota, which means I probably suck since I'm still at the same spot I've always been. Sorry, everybody. I am disgustingly stuffy today. So, Bounty and Weaver interacting. Bounty. Weaver's trying to rush an urn. He's very upset at that Tinker. He wants to get rid of the repair bots. And there's a Necro. So, it is a pretty good choice. Would I have skipped boots? Probably not. But he's doing it. He's upset. He's going to do anything he wants. See, the problem for this team currently, and I'm talking about the Ember Spirit, Silencer, Ursa. I'm going to call them Team Red, and I will go with Team Blue for the other team. So Team Red is this one on the left. I'm just going to make that up. That's not like a thing people say. But the problem with them is they're right now letting Faceless free farm. And I was in a game yesterday where I kept saying we need to end this game early. They have a Faceless on their team, and they had, I think, a lot of magic damage on the outside, too. So they had, like, Lich and stuff. People with pretty long range. Yeah, and anyway, we ended up losing at, like, 55 minutes. Even though we had a... Was it a Medusa with a butterfly? At, like, 25 minutes or so? Yeah, so... You gotta know when to end these games early. Team... Oh god, I already screwed it up. I think Team Blue is the one on the right. Team Blue is already up 2,000 gold, so their net worth's higher. Silencer is... wandering. He just abandoned Ursa, their safe lane. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I really don't know, I mean, what Silencer's doing. There's nothing to really do up there. Weaver's wandering. Mars is gonna live. Again, they don't really have any lockdown. They do now because of Faceless Void's ult, but such a long cooldown at the start of the game, 160 seconds. But he's really put himself in a shitty play. I actually don't know why this guy would have gone out here. Very bad play. I mean, he knew that, and honestly, a bad play by that Tinker, though, to not hit March of the Machines at the start of that. He would have killed him for sure. Oh, he got him anyway. Yeah, I don't know why that Mars thought it was smart to go out there at that point. He wasn't going to get anything out of it. Alright, well, thank gosh. It seems I've finally stopped sneezing. So, we missed another death up there. I'm actually going to rewind that. I was sitting down. Oh, alright, he just got dove. And if you're watching this from League of Legends, which I also have too many hours in, towers don't really hit as hard as they do in League, and it's always a surprise when I go back. Well, Weaver will feel a little better now. He got himself a kill. I'm sure he's going to tip Mars again soon, and he's going to be crying. I'm sure the chat is beautiful. Let's put the spectator chat on. There's actually 2 spectators. I have no clue why someone else would be here in this game that doesn't seem particularly professional, so... Oh, I wish it was winter again where the trees don't grow and the pollen doesn't come out. Mars is in a horrible spot again. I don't think... well, Weaver's actually coming up here this time, but March of the Machines is just too strong. The heal on it is 28 every time one of those robots touch them, and 28 damage it looked like as well, so... Gonna be hard to overcome that when they have all of those little machines going out there. Not sure what they're going to do here. I don't think they have dust. They do not have dust, so there's nothing that was ever going to happen. I mean, he's pinging. Oh, they do have... Oh, it's right here. I'm sorry. They did have dust. Actually, a sentry there. And I guess... But the problem... yeah, I mean... Team Red or Team on the left on the upper side are... They're just losing every lane. This isn't going well for them. Some really bad positioning at the start by top lane. And then Silencer started to abandon Ursa bottom. So their safe lane's getting free farm. The Ursa's kind of suffering down there. Yeah, listen, you can't just leave your safe lane alone. I know it sucks when the lane is losing, but he needs to be able to farm. No supports are really stacking for him. They've got it pretty warded and safe now for Bounty down there. I don't really like the support choices on Team Red. They have like such limited lockdown. Honestly, both teams do. I don't really like either of the picks on these teams. I tend to play things like Grimstroke. I've been playing Winter Wyvern. It's just, I feel like there's a lot of dive in the game currently, and you need stuff like Winter Wyvern and stuff that can control dive. Although my... yes, it is. I'm going to message this person really quick. And try to get that person to understand that I am not playing a game of Dota right now. Ooh, dude. Marcy's out of control. He probably should have just turned around in the tower and done and Fury swiped. He could probably kill it. I don't know. It's hard. I don't really quite understand how much damage Marcy puts out. It took way too long for someone to rotate to her. But the good news is she is definitely dead now. But dude, that guy was playing Ring Around the Tower for 10 to 15 seconds. And nobody poured it in. I don't know if something happened between him and Silencer. Weaver is basically just not doing anything. How many stacks is Silencer up to? Alright, so he has 3 Brain Drain. Which every single time Silencer kills an enemy, he permanently steals 1 intelligence. So pretty useful. But he probably wants to get involved with more team fights. The lead of Team Blue is diminishing. It's 5 kills to 6 kills now. The big problem is Faceless is just free farming still. And this is going to spiral out of control very quickly. Is a Maelstrom. And look at this. They are constantly ganking this Ursa. And at the end of the game, I already know that everyone's going to be bitching at Ursa, and it has nothing to do with him, really. He's not getting any support from, you know, anybody on his team. The person that just came down here to take care of him a minute ago was mid. It wasn't in either of their supports. They could care less. It looks like we finally had a stack there. But they don't realize that this is warded. Which is unfortunate, because this poor Ursa can't get a break here and get some farm. Jesus, Ursa's just standing there. I mean, he just saw that thing die next to him. Was that farm worth taking a risk of potentially dying? Probably not, but he did get out. They know so they know that Faceless is here, right? They recognize that Faceless is here, farming. He has no mana. He doesn't have his ult. They know that the ult was just used. Okay, well, everyone's showing up, so... But do they have the damage? Well, Ursa left. So he does have a town portal, and he's just not coming right here. And this is such an easy... You'd probably get almost a penta here, especially with that double damage, but instead the team's continuing to throw. There's very limited team coordination here. Everyone looks salty in their own way. He does have a Battle Fury, so he can farm, but he's not going to out-farm and beat a Faceless at the end of the game. It's not going to happen. EXP is up. Nobody's getting it. EXP's already been taken on Team Blue.
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Weaver is basically not doing anything for this team. He's 1-2-1. Our Mars. The Mars is 0-3. The Silencer is 0-4. So a lot of deaths for almost no reason. Random dust. Oh, they probably saw it in the tower, but worthless dust. At least dust is cheap, but they're not going to get anything out of that. And they're going to have a hard time because they really don't have the lockdown besides Mars. Mars' ult, which is at least a short cooldown, but once people get BKB, they can actually walk straight through Mars' ult, so it's kind of worthless. I think it's more of an early skill. They have no way to deal with Necro right now because they don't have that vessel, that urn. Or vessel, rather. Our Weaver was working on it, but he's kind of stuck. Faceless is saying G. I don't know if he's trying to say go or good game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, I'm doing this live. I have absolutely no clue how long this is going to take. But decided I would try something new this morning. Necro is porting top. Does he have boots or anything yet? No boots or Traveler. Anything, just a TP. So, mid and bottom tower are down for Team Red. Which, of course, I've deemed as the team on the left side of the screen. This isn't even my game, but I'm left just as confused. It's just like people are so far out of position. That Ursa does not have the ability to carry this game, unfortunately. I'd be curious to see how many games he has played. That stinks. Ember seems okay. If he hits his wand, I'll feel better. Yeah, he should be fighting there more, but he's not. They're definitely. This is definitely going to be a short one. Yeah. I mean, they're diving 2 towers deep. Like I said, towers, and now Ursa's dead. It's very. I don't know why you would go in after your whole team dies and you're the last one up. Not a good choice. Oh, that's his taunt. I was gonna say I thought someone was tipping him, but yeah. So he used a TP. He went up there. He almost killed himself, and for what? You know, he wasn't gonna get anything out of that. Team Red is smoked. Why have they smoked? I have no clue. Someone probably has a quest to get a bunch of smoke kills. Not gonna be getting anything there. And what are we working with? A Silencer that's 0-5. Weaver that's 1-3. I think I saw the Mars is 0-4. Yeah, they're okay. They don't even have the damage to kill this anymore. With two of them. Well, they got it, but it was 1 for 1, and Faceless might be dead here. But again, Ursa's missing from this fight again, so he's not gonna die. Where is Ursa? He is bottom. Dude, these new bottom camps are so confusing. So now there's like a 10k net worth swing here for Team Blue, and I do think Team Blue is gonna end up taking this match. Let's go live. I didn't realize I was falling behind a little. Oh, I'm not. I'm lined up. So Ursa basically has nothing. He has a Battle Fury and a Blink. Excuse me while I sneeze for the 15th time. Well, not yet. So Ember knows Faceless is there, right? But he's decided he's going to go out and get that farm before the rest of his team. And Weaver's alive, thankfully. He used his ult though, so now any next combat, Faceless is about to have his ult up again. So this next fight that is being forced after Team Red decided to basically just get brutalized with absolutely for no reason. They're gonna have to take a fight where they're now separated and probably not full health. Man, they're just losing their own jungle now. You know, there are some teams that can actually come back in this game, but Team Red's team is not one of them. And yeah, that's not going to be happening today. You know what's really silly? I should have called them Team Green and Team Red, because I'm basically acting as an ally of Team Red. I very much convoluted this entire conversation. This is good practice. Faceless is caught and dead. Okay, alright. Okay, maybe comeback's possible. I'm shocked. They actually came together as a team. Ursa's still not with the team. Ursa now running from being able to push that tower. So, this is how I think Dota should be played anyway. Ursa should be farming. He is the safe lane. It's only 20 minutes, and he was so far behind at the start of this match. And the rest of his team finally came together and actually went out and did something, which is nice. Big problem. Kind of entering the middle phase of the game. Ursa has a Battle Fury and a Blink, and Faceless has a Maelstrom and a Sanjin Yasha. So damage is really on the side of Faceless right now. But I don't think his what's his farm's 127. So he's actually getting out farmed by Ursa, who just decided to kill himself. What the fuck is Ursa doing? Okay, so he killed himself with the Tormentor. So, okay, well, I mean, Ursa was kind of coming back. He had 176 farm. But now he just took himself off the map for 40-some seconds. Probably because he's pissed off and raging. Okay, hit the button. Alright, he's dead. So he was trying to just, like, jump here, but he waited far too long. And this is... And Faceless is just kind of spiraling out of control now. His farm is less. His farm's actually kind of bad. But he is getting involved in team fights every single time his ult is up. Even if his farming is kind of not very good. What do we got up here? Sorry, but let's actually back this. Let's back this up. I'm sorry. So, they end up catching Bounty Hunter and ulting Bounty Hunter. And if I would think they should get kills here, but everyone's kind of low and they abandoned Mars, so probably not gonna happen. They're smartly calling for GG end. It is definitely over.
I see that Radiant just fortified their structure.
You know what? The funny thing is, I actually don't think that it needed to be over here, but Ursa started like just playing like garbage. How is he dead again? I'm sorry, we're backing up here. I gotta see how. We'll go back live in a second. Oh, Ursa was getting his ass beat in the middle of that, away from his team again. The Ursa's just not playing with his team. Couple problems. The Ursa's just insanely tilted. So he's no longer playing with the team. The supports decided to pick things that don't have any lockdown. And the only thing they're really relying on is that bind from Ember Spirit, his searing chains, and all of what Mars can do. I need to do something. I won't abandon. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. But again, the lockdown is kind of pitiful on both teams. They both went for just like straight kill supports. And now Blue is just straight, you know, just straight griefing. Which is disappointing to see. He's saying he's going to just spam the Glyph of Fortification. He's very upset. But we've all been there. He thinks he's doing a lot better than he probably really is. But he does have the best score on the team, I think, at 3-2 with 2 assists. Yeah. It was pretty obvious the way this game was going and the way these lanes were being played who was going to end up taking this game. And Faceless is just about... I mean, he's going Black King Bar too. It's a really safe pick from Faceless. A lot of times you see people just go straight damage items when they're this far ahead. And when I say some people or whatever I just said, I'm talking about myself. Because that's what I would do. But if you're going to do that, you have to try to take the game early. Otherwise, you'll get screwed. Are they actually going to Rosh? Yeah, they're playing extremely safe. I'm kind of curious. Sorry, we're gonna. I'm just looking away 1 second. I want to see. Oh, I'm never gonna find this again, am I? Yeah, I'm never gonna find this again. I was just kind of curious to see the ranking of Faceless. Because that was a good play there. They have double damage too. They're gonna take this. They're gonna turn the game, and it should be the end of the match, I would think. Not the most exciting of matches. It was very one-sided. It spiraled out of control quickly. Why was Mars there? You know, why is Mars even that far up there? I think everyone on the team is just kind of frustrated and playing like trash now. Yeah, that thing is dead. This silencer's been like... The silencer was one of the worst players on the team. Well, he was the worst player on the team at 0-9. Kind of just terrible playing. And then he abandoned that Ursa, making the situation even worse. But at least we got a quick one today. Gonna try to do one of these matches each day. I'm just gonna pick a random thing from the replay list and do it. And you know what? I may end up just recording it and then watching it and doing voiceovers offline, so I don't have to do this live. This is my first time really doing anything live like this, so. In between all the coughing, sneezing, blowing my nose, probably would have been wise to do that. Yeah, Ursa's just farming. This game is finished. If nothing happens, I will. I'm not going to do anything if nothing happens. I'm just going to sit here till the end of the match. So I think it's a good time to kind of reflect on what happened here. It's kind of what I said from the start of the match. Faceless got to free farm in this lane with Tinker. People didn't seem to understand how powerful Repair Bots was for kind of bullying and pushing the lane around. In the mid, where I think the only decent player was for Team Red, Ember just got bullied around. It looked like... Well, the problem is once Ember met the other lanes, things really spiraled out of control for him, and he was just getting controlled in team fights. And when you have one lane that wins, I mean, the other team only has to deal with one person that's like actually useful. And the bottom lane deciding just abandon Ursa for no reason was really, really bad. But I have a funny feeling that there's some chatting happening on Team Red, and they're just arguing with each other. But I can't actually see that. But yeah, I will say you just can't abandon your safe lane. The safe lane Ursa got one gank, and it was literally from the mid lane, saving him after a Marcian, and him just kept going in circles around the tower, and nobody else ported in. So hard to blame Ursa. I could see why everyone on the team was frustrated, except maybe top lane, who was just they were just genuinely bad players. So GG. I hope you enjoyed my streaming of this game. My first time really trying to do a live casting of an event, and this is just a random replay I found. Oh, so these, wow, these were all actually. So those numbers actually represent like Immortal ranks. So that was interesting to see. There is wow, funny. There eventually becomes a time, I feel like, where I guess I wouldn't expect that kind of play from an Ursa and stuff in an Immortal ranked game, but I guess there eventually becomes such a small margin of the difference between like the upper skill levels that it's almost irrelevant, you know, where you're actually ranked here, whether you're 36 or 2140. You know, an Immortal is kind of an Immortal. So thank you for watching the stream, and I really do appreciate it. I'm going to try to clean this up and get this uploaded, and I'm sorry for all my sneezing. But thank you again. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully I'll come back and do another review tomorrow. Thanks.